All right, guys, we're back. Happy New Year. 2017's first project. Went ahead and started a brand new park. So, really excited about this. Probably started on this maybe Wednesday nightish, Thursday, I think. And one thing that I really like about this over Geyser Springs is I don't feel as boxed in with the theme. Whereas this, this is going to be adventure themed. I don't feel as boxed in as the just having to keep it wilderness and frontier. Probably once I got halfway into Geyser Springs, it really became a little bit daunting to try to, just come up with different buildings that were all wilderness, frontier themes. So, and another thing too that I'm not gonna box myself in with this particular park either is as I'm going to use your all's buildings as well as mine. So it won't be just me making a totally custom park, pretty much for the most part that Geyser Springs was. And you guys know how long that takes. And, I think I have a really short attention span anyway. So I kind of got burned out a little bit with Geyser Springs, with the prospect of after I've spent like 7 hours doing a building, or 2.5 hours doing this building or doing theming, then when you just move over 10 feet and you have to do that completely over again, but make it look completely different from what you just did, that I think is a little bit where it becomes a little bogged down to me and I start losing interest. So I think that's where with you guys, sharing your workshop items and stuff and us being able to use them, that is what's really going to help me out, I think, on this park. If I forget to mention your building, leave me a comment down below or send me a tweet, and hopefully I can put it in the description box. Or maybe like once the park is finished and I do the feature video, I can list you all in the description of the buildings that I've used. So definitely don't want to leave any of you guys out. But yeah, that was the main little entrance area here, kind of like the landing area right when guests come into the park. You can kind of mill around here at the gift shop and food and the first little flat ride. But this is kind of where you start making your decision on where you want to go throughout here and what you're going to stop and do. One of the first big themed areas you come up to here is the Trader's Village area. And it's basically going to be like a big indoor-outdoor gift shop area. I'll have tents and stuff set up, indoor shops. Basically, it'll be just a big emporium, but it'll be kind of adventure themed. And once you make your way around this corner, one thing I love about Seafoam's Asian food court here is the elevated balcony. I love that even in real theme parks, like where the guests are walking down here on the street level, but other guests are like up on the balcony having lunch or having drinks and looking down onto the crowds. I love that part as well. So that's why I definitely thought right here before you cross the bridge and across from my candy factory, that was really awesome how he's got the elevated path. So definitely thought was a good spot for that right there. And then as you make your way past my candy shop, you come to the really the first bridge. I went ahead and put a river in because kind of like in Geyser Springs, that's one thing I do want to copy over. I want the river to be like a like a recurring theme throughout the park. I want it to to kind of weave its way in and out and maybe be a part of different attractions. But pretty much once you cross the river here and you go across this bridge, I wanted to have kind of what Silver Rat has coined here, and that is the weenie across the river, and that is Nighty's beautiful Mexican restaurant. And I just thought once you cross the bridge here, it just works perfect as kind of like that. What trains your eye coming across the river. So he's got the outdoor seating. I duplicated a couple of those and put some more seating out here. Put down some orange colored sidewalk. And yeah, just the scale that Nighty has built this, I think it works perfect you know, coming across the river. Now, obviously, I want to put a barrier up, maybe do a fence, kind of like I did here at the beginning of the park. You know, just to keep from people from wandering down or falling into the water. And these metal walkways, actually, they're walkways, but I think they work really good as theme park fencing. So that worked out really well. And another shout out to Nighty as well is, I didn't even think, but he may have saw somebody do it, but I haven't. But I saw in some of his Aztec theming builds that he started taking the hanging vines and placing them just barely on top of the water. Since we don't have lily pads yet, I thought that was a really awesome idea. And so, yeah, I've started incorporating that here in my adventure park. So, yeah, big shout out to Nighty, not only for making his Mexican restaurant available to us, but also for coming up with that kind of awesome water foliage. So, yeah, big shout out to him. Started out to built this little kind of like a little pirate tree house over here. May do another one right here and kind of extend it over the path. But yeah, guys, this is in its infancy. So, you know, really early version. Probably will go ahead, maybe on the other side of Nighty's restaurant, may start theming out maybe a first coaster, may do a launch coaster, not quite sure yet, but definitely will get something going there. But all in all, really happy with how this has turned out at the beginning. I'm excited about the park. I don't feel like I'm... One thing I didn't want to get into was kind of building a park or making a park just to put something out on YouTube. I didn't want to get into that because I think when I do that, my buildings and my work and stuff, it starts slipping, becomes really crappy. I wanted to find something to do that I could come home from work and work on and film if I wanted to, but just still have fun with the game. I don't want the game to kind of feel like it's become a job or a burden. And I think with parks like this, I can just run with this theme forever. So as long as the computer and the lag holds out, I've limited this park to, I believe, 200 guests, because like I've mentioned to you all before, I think guests do play a part in the lag. But, you know, too, everything right now is on ultra settings. And another thing you might want to remember is I definitely think VFX plays a part in the lag. And I think I know that VFX looks cool while you're doing these videos and when you're putting them out and stuff. But I think your VFX should really be reserved for the final cinematic video and not just while you're kind of doing this regular building and getting the layout of the park done, because I think that really hampers your frames. And so probably won't see a lot of the VFX from me until we get later on in the build and everything's pretty much laid out and the park is, you know, the park is framing up how I like. So anyways, guys, I'll go ahead and get on out of here. And, you know, thank you guys again for all your support over 2016. I think we've got a lot of exciting things coming up with 2017, not in regards to just what I'm doing, but the community as a whole. If you guys haven't seen Silverette's Planet Coaster, I think that is a definite indication of what's to come and what's possible. Totally mind-blowing. The Delady Signers doing fun things, SP Ridley, Adfo TV, Escasso Gamers. I just want to give a big shout out to, I hate giving shout outs to individuals personally because I know I'm going to leave some of you guys out, and I'm just sitting here trying to rack my brain thinking of, you know, Joel. Big shout out to Joel for helping on the forums and keeping everything running straight. Big shout out to the guys that run the Reddit page, and, you know, Ed and Dale and Bo and Zach and all of those guys. Sid and Chris Sawyer and Diana and Gary that run Theme Park Games. Ethan and Woody that run Planet Coaster Show Your Work. And Michael. Big shout out to Rachel and those guys at Theme Park Extreme. Really fun startup Facebook page. Casey Beard, shout out to him for supporting me on Twitter, and you know, and all of those guys. ASUS California, a lot of my Twitter guys, you know, always showing me big support on there. You know, Rudy Renkamal, thank you for his support and pushing me to always try new ideas. Nighty for sure. I'm using some of his stuff right now. Just all in a whole, thank you guys. We're coming up on 700 subscribers. You know, that I remember just maybe 3 weeks ago, I made a video for like 500 subscribers. So now we're coming up on 700. The Wolfpack has grown to 700 members. So, yeah, big shout out to all you guys. Thank you for supporting me in 2016. Have a happy new year. Give me a thumbs up if you end up enjoying this video, and subscribe for more Planet Coaster content. And yeah, guys, I will catch you next time. Thank you.
Hey, hey. Yo, I'm so far out of sight.